Well, has this been a knockout term in office for the ANC President, Cyril Ramaphosa? Well, to weigh in on Ramaphosa's tenure, we're now joined by political analyst Ntsikelelo Breakfast. Mr. Breakfast, thank you so much for joining us, as always. Just your take on the January 8th speech made by Ramaphosa. Apparently, it took 15 drafts for the NEC to approve before it actually got to the podium.
Well, I think the speech was not a breath of fresh air. There was nothing new in it. It could have been good, though, if there were some numbers just to indicate, for instance, how many jobs have been created by the Ramaphosa administration and how many jobs he intends to create in future. One of our macroeconomic policy objectives is to achieve high levels of economic growth, but our economy has not been growing the way it should have. So it could have been better, again, if he had said something about his plan to turn the economy around. But he did, though, emphasize on the issue of party discipline, though I think there was a repetition, but maybe he was trying to reinforce the point. But my view is that there is a connection between party discipline and political education. So the way out of this crisis that the ANC finds itself in with regard to ill discipline is to roll out a program of political education so that the values of the ANC can be instilled.
Dr. Breakfast, you know, Ramaphosa was very coy about whether he's going to run again. He was not the most popular ANC choice in the history of conferences coming up again in December. Are there any alternatives, really?
I think, eNCA, it's still early days. You know, it's hard to tell for me at the moment which way the wind is blowing, because there are many possibilities. A lot of RECs and PECs have not held their conferences. So I think it will be premature to play the cart before the horse, whether it's going to bounce back or not. So I think maybe as academics and as analysts, we must adopt the wait and see approach and see after, you know, a lot of structures have held their meetings or conferences, how things are going to play themselves out.
Where are his traditional strongholds, and can he be assured at this stage, do you think, even though the branches haven't all met as you discussed, can he count on their support at this early stage?
Yeah, my view is that the president doesn't strike me as a person who is mass-based, but as you heard over the weekend, he does have, say, an upper hand in Limpopo. There was a pronouncement that he should continue. I think also in the Eastern Cape, he does have pockets of support. I don't think that he has a support base in KZN, maybe partly in Northwest. I'm not sure about Mpumalanga. And of course, last time I checked, he does have a support base in Gauteng and also in Free State. But, you know, politics is the art of the possible. You know, anything can happen. It's not guaranteed that he's going to bounce back and hold on to the position that he has at the moment.
Dr. Breakfast, Ramaphosa is over. And what do you think his problems have been in terms of his unity ticket and not clearly not being able to achieve that? It's almost like he hasn't been decisive enough.
The president made a lot of commitments in the build-up to the Nazareth conference that he did not honor. For instance, when he came into power on a ticket of good governance. But we have seen a lot of corruption under his watch. Instead of tackling corruption across the board, I think, has been employing some strategies of political survival when it's, his own henchmen who are committing wrongdoing. So the issue of corruption has really projected him as someone who's not trustworthy and someone who's not decisive.
All right, thank you so much. As Dr. Breakfast there says, political analyst, it's too early to tell, and a week is a very long time in politics, never mind a year, when the ANC holds its next elective conference in December.